Hello everybody, it's Joe here and welcome back to another episode of Transport Fever 2. Today we're back on our Japanese series where our new train is just arriving here. I think I'm going to fling that round, to be honest with you. It's the carrier logs, can't say it, flipping heck. That can go, there we go, spin that round. You can set off to Minokamo straight away, so it means that this one with the wood on can come straight down. That's belting along at 50 kilometers an hour. Obviously we are using the Russian loco for this, just because of the sheer amount of pulling power that it's got, and obviously the the power and the tractive effort is just much better for the amount that we are bringing. Now, obviously, we have already had a wood delivery, making that into the planks. This is going to be the second one now. I do like how the company is called Joepan Transport Solutions. I like that. I'm going to keep that. I was going to change it to Joehead Group, but I think we'll keep it to the Joepan Transport Solutions. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful stuff. Now, that is going to drop off. That's going to make us a couple of million on there, hopefully. Ka-ching, there we go, 3.2 million. So that is good stuff. That train is out of the way already, so that should turn around and set off. We've got another one there that's heading up. That's got no logs on. And then we should have another train. Sort of, where's the other one? Is that on its way over still? Yes, it is. There we go. So 4 trains in total. That's going to be producing quite a lot of planks. The Okazaki planks there. So that's going to take it to the tool factory, which will then bring tools back. We haven't actually made any tools yet, judging by the fact that there's nothing on there. Toyota has got trucks on it there. We've not made any tools because nothing is going to Toyota. Yeah, okay. That's going to bring back to Carrier. And then, of course, we need to run some trucks to Nagoya. So what I'm going to do is get a... there we go. That's good stuff there. That's got all the bits and pieces we need in. So that can basically pick up there. Yep. Run up to Nagoya. So that will be truck Nagoya tools. Beautiful stuff. Right, that is a tram depot. That is not going to help us. Right. Good stuff. Right. 10 of them for now. We'll see how we get on. Truck Nagoya tools. Beautiful stuff. Get that going. So at least now things can actually start. You know, we can start producing tools. Tools are produced. Look at that. Toyota tools. For some reason on Toyota tools we are taking planks up there. Ah, right, okay. That's fine. I don't want that. Right, Toyota tools. So Okazaki, we are loading only tools. There we go. Only tools loading there, please. And this is probably going to pick up, I mean, look, 10 planks. We don't want to send the planks there. We can send the planks there via other means, i.e. not via here. I just want this to come here for the tools. Right, if I fast forward this. Oh wow, look, Okazaki planks. It's working. So that has taken some tools back. Lovely, 4 out of 5. All the way back to Carrier, to the central sort of, yeah, that's the major goods hub for over here. Plenty of planks there for Okazaki planks. Good stuff. I'm happy with that. Right, what we need to do, I would like to get some more passenger services in. So what we'll do, obviously this here, we've got the bridge. So I can bring this out here. I'm going to use the regular track, the standard track. There we go, right, that's going to come out like that. This can come out to about there. Obviously I've got it in kilometres an hour, which is good stuff. This one here, obviously this line is going to be the high speed line, so we can bring that right across. Are we going to run them out and just use these for high speed trains only? I don't know, to be honest with you. But what we can do is run that round there, because obviously we can have a line down to Okazaki. Toyota, we could just run that straight out. That might work better, actually. Yeah, that actually might work better. Right, what have we got? So we've got a line on there. Right, okie dokie. So we'll run that round there, 90 kilometers an hour. That'll do. There we go. Good stuff. That's going to run round there. This can run round there as well. There we go. So in this, we're going to have the line up to Minakamo, and we're going to have the line around to Tajimi. Now these ones here can just run straight out like that. So what we'll do is we'll run over to Toyota. Right, run that straight down. Now, we've got enough money, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete that. I'm going to bring that straight across, yeah? Good, good, good. Yeah, keep that like that. Now, this here, can we... See, that's too much slope. Okay, not like it... Oh, hang on, we can bridge. There we go. We can do that. What's that going to do? That is not going to... Yeah, that's really not going to work. Right, okay. That's not what I thought it would be. We could do that, though. Which we could... If I hold shift... Aha! There we go. Right, okay. Good stuff. Get that on there. Oh, hang on. Beautiful. Right, okay. Bring that across. Now we need another set of signals on here, don't we? There we go. Now, that can come away. Like that. And then we can just... Right, tracks. That works better. So it just looks a little bit more natural, doesn't it? And then obviously the bridge at the other side, we can get rid of that as well. And then same again. Beautiful. Right, okie dokie. Good stuff. Very happy with that. I mean, that could potentially... There we go, right, we'll have that like that. There we go. We can get rid of them. Beautiful. And then what we can do, we can actually... Because we've got that other arch there. We'll bring this off through there. Why not? Why not indeed? There we go, right. Keep that flat. 120 kilometers an hour. That will do nicely. I like that. That means we can have some terminating services here, but we can also have services that run through, because we could run sort of down here. Could also run round to Kai. I mean, how on earth are we going to get sort of trains round there? I don't know. We'll work something out. But yeah, for now... Have we got a... Right, where are we? So Nagoya's there. Carrier. Right, what I'll do, we'll put a little bus station in. There we go. And then we'll put a train station in. Do you reckon 240 will be enough? I can never quite decide. That is a freight station, so regardless of how many, it won't work. Right. we'll go with it for now. If we need to extend, we can always extend, can't we? Right, Okazaki. Now, we don't actually have anything coming through here, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to delete all of that, and we're just going to cheat, basically. We're going to run that to there. 240 metres, beautiful. So, on that, it gets the whole city, so don't need to worry. Now, I'm going to run a level crossing, because, you know, there's quite a few level crossings in Japan, from what I remember of my my train simulator days. So we're going to run that, yeah, straight across. Now, I reckon that this is going to be a electrified line, sort of a high-density electrified commuter line into Nagoya. That's sort of what we're aiming for it to be in the end. So we'll sort of fling that round there. Obviously, it's going to have to slow down, but that's absolutely fine. We'll bring that out through the housing. Again, I don't really want to do that, but that's not behaving itself. Right, let's try a bit of that. Right, that's good. So, we'll take a couple of them off because we don't actually need it to come out so far. There we go. Good stuff. Right, okie dokie. Up to Okazaki. I realise that's probably not how you pronounce it, but you know what I mean. Right, get that. There we go. No, you're not. It doesn't matter how I draw it. There we go. Sucking diesel. Right. Station signal right. That's good. Right. I quite like that. There we go. Right, one way. Does it have to just be at a station? Could it just be anywhere? I mean, it could just be anywhere. There we go. As proven. And if I sort of stick that on there, that does it just before the level crossing as well. Good stuff. Right. One of you, and one of you. We'll see how we go. Right, let's have a nice little crossover there. And a little crossover there. Right, is the little crossover gonna... Is it gonna behave itself? No? It's not behaving itself. Right, get rid. We'll try again from the other angle. It is not still there. I can see it's not still there. Stop saying it is. Construction not possible again. Oh my goodness me. I do not understand how this can be the case. It's a perfectly flat piece of track. There we go. Good stuff. Right. Now we need a nice zigzag. Right, there we go. 65 kilometers an hour. Yeah. 65. 65. And again. Beautiful. Right. That's going down there. So obviously we can tidy this up. I mean, this sort of junction is going to really be sorted as and when. We're just going to keep adding bits to it, aren't we? So we need the train Nagoya to Okazaki. Beautiful. Right, I reckon 2 trains on there. We're going to have to go all the way down to Kusatsu, of course, where the depot is. The suspended monorail, I think we're just going to give that a pass for now. Right, JGR. So this can do 82 kilometres an hour. Right, we'll get one of them. cargo wagons. Ooh, I quite like this. 24 per... that can carry 41. That's probably a few too many, really, isn't it? I mean... should we go with 5? 5 for now. Train, Nagoya to Okazaki. Right, get that gone. 120 passengers. That's a fair amount, isn't it, really? I like that with the steps at the back. Now this is going to take a little time for this to get over there, isn't it? Let's face it. I like these little handrails it's got on the side. They're pretty. Does it actually say second? Oh, it says second and first with the little... yeah. Beautiful. Right, okay. I like the little handrails. They're cute. Very cute, really. Right, okay. So we need a little carrier bus. I mean, to be fair, how much of carrier... okay, that can't actually do that much. Okazaki is fine. We need like a little bus, really, don't we? Should we run the bus to Toyota? Just until we have a railway station in Toyota, I think that might work quite well. I mean, where is the... see, Toyota is very much sort of there. So what I'll do is I'll stick that in there for now. So the bus can stop there. There we go. That can run to Toyota. And then it can run to Carrier. And up there as well. Right, okay. Right, that's good. Fling that onto there. That can then do whatever it needs to do. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Right, okay, so that will be the bus. Carrier to Toyota. I mean, what do you reckon? 20 of them? Carry 5 each. Go with 20, they don't cost much, do they? Hell, that's still waiting. That is the wrong one. Where's my train? Oh, that's coming down. That's good stuff. Gonna have to keep an eye on that, really, aren't we? Right, where's my passenger train? More importantly. Is that it? That's the one. Flipping it, steaming along at 80 kilometres an hour. I mean, we are literally getting into land speed records at this point, aren't we? Alright, let's get that going a little bit quicker. Alright, straight over. I mean, what's this one able to do? That's, oh, much slower, look. I mean, to be fair, this is more of a mainline train. We should really have swapped them over. This could have gone and done the little branch, but never mind. Right, can we clone that? No, because we don't have enough money. Never mind. You probably... I mean, obviously, I don't have a vast knowledge of Japanese trains. You're going to tell me that this is a mainline locomotive, and obviously we're using that on a branch line. I mean, it will be a main line eventually, won't it? I imagine we're going to have a lot of trains sort of whizzing up and down with lots and lots of people on board, sort of a real high-density metro service. That's what I'm aiming for, anyway. I like how we've got the for daytime use and for nighttime use. Does that mean like a whole fleet of coaches can't be used when it goes dark? No idea. Right, that's good stuff. So this is coming powering down. What have we got here? So the Okazaki, 31 passengers on board. I do really sort of enjoy using vehicles when I've got absolutely no idea where they're supposed to be. You know, like with the UK stuff, you obviously tend to gravitate towards using like Virgin Trains Pendolinos on the express runs and 91s and things, whereas this, I have absolutely no idea. So it is really quite lovely to just sort of have that creative freedom of just do what you want. Right, where's that going? So that's going over there. That's leaving, so you can now go. So this can actually, I mean, we've got you on there. For Nagoya, we can actually use both platforms. There we go. And the same at Okazaki, use both, because we may as well. I like these little signals. I mean, they might perhaps be a little bit... I mean, they're not LEDs, are they? But might be a little bit modern. Perhaps we should still be using some form of semaphore, but never mind. They're going to look good particularly late game, aren't they? I mean, where are these going? So we've got 45 for Nagoya and 25 for Carrier. That's good, because Carrier, I think that's going to, that really is going to evolve into a... You can sort of see these joining together, not as much as I can up here. I mean, look at them, they're really going to join together, aren't they? So what I might do, because I can see these joining together, we'll have a train station, or a railway station, sorry, should I say. We'll have that here. There we go. Because this is obviously, Nagoya's going to expand as is Iwakura. So we'll have that there. We'll build this out for here. There we go, that can come round. Because these aren't going to be express lines running round here, rather they're going to be stopping lines. So we'll have that there. This can then come across. Right, that's not going to work. Bring that to there. That can behave itself. Yes, you can. There we go. We can run a railway up to Inuyama and Minokamo. Right. That can go on there. We'll bend that round. Lovely. Go for 90. How's that? Yeah. Go for another level crossing there. And we'll bring that onto there. I mean, to be fair, we could get rid of that. Just make it sort of... There we go. Make that work a bit better. Beautiful. I mean, at this point, we are just literally building and building and building, aren't we? But we've got the money to do so. So if we get that nice passenger network in and established, then obviously the cities are going to grow at a ridiculous rate. I would also like to do the same down at Osaka, you know, because that's another mega city. Now, what I want to do with this is I want to bring this out here, because this is very pretty. And this does leave us sort of a gap for something quite, you know... A little bit of a prettier line rather than a functional line. I mean, it is going to, I'm hoping, it's going to have a nice amount of passengers on board. But if we bring that round there, look, like that. We can just bring that, tuck that under there. That is a gorgeous bridge. And then this can sort of go under like that. So what we'll do is we'll have sort of... I did not mean to do that. We'll get rid of that. So we can sort of do that. That's going to cost money. Pause that. And I know we're just bulldozing for bulldozing's sake at this point, aren't we? So we'll get rid, yeah. Run that down there. That's going to happily go across like that. Nice little crossover. That's not going to behave itself. Why would it? Build that one first. Yeah, try again from the opposite direction. Beautiful. That can then go around there. With a nice bridge, we can use that. That is not working. That is working. Excellent. Right, that tunnel can be the nice old-fashioned tunnel. And if we use that bridge as well, it just keeps it a bit different from that bridge, which you can... You know, that is very, very low, isn't it? Not the end of the world, though. It's good stuff. Right. That can go on there. Good, good. Right. Bring that round there. Good. Right, if I stick that on there, that's going to work nicely with the old signal in there. And then again, a bit of that, and a bit of that, both ways. Lovely stuff. Right. Again, another passenger line. We can just sling that across there. So what I am hoping is that eventually we'll have that many trains running in and out of here. You know, we'll have less of a, you know, a slightly shorter train, but a more frequent service, like a metro-style service. There we go. Right, train. That will be the Nagoya to Minokamo. We'll just call it the Nagoya to Minokamo. We may as well, haven't we? I'm going to clone that. And that train. Put on the Nagoya to Minokamo. No depot found. Excellent. Because we can. Excellent. Right. That has not started yelling at me, weirdly. Why can we not do this? Because weirdly, it's not possible, but it is. Right, one way, get that on there. Then we can get rid of this. Now, is that possible now, I wonder? I mean, it seems to be. There we go. Good stuff. Right, clone that. There we go. I'm intrigued where this is going to go, whether it's going to behave itself. If it doesn't, I'll absolutely throttle it because, you know... Right, that's coming back the other way. That's going to carrier, and that one's actually got quite a few passengers on. I like this. Aha! And obviously, the more passenger services we build out of here, the more people are going to change, excuse me, onto their designated service. So that's good stuff. Right, well, that has been absolutely fantastic. I do hope you have enjoyed today's episode. If you have, please do click the like button. It is always appreciated. And if you haven't already, please do make sure that you subscribe so that you never miss out on any future episodes. In the next episode, we are going to continue with our quest to bring passenger services to Nagoya because next week's episode will be recorded directly after this one. So, yeah, because I am away. So, yeah, to make sure that you do have plenty of content to watch while I'm away. I will be recording them in batch, so or in bulk, should I say. So yeah, don't worry if after this video you do give me some amazing ideas and I just ignore them. Yeah, but yeah, please make sure you click the like button, do subscribe apart from that. Thanks so much for watching, hopefully I'll see you all next time. Cheerio everybody! Goodbye for now.